Stadium. Very likely the last action that Cape Town will see in the URC this season, having hosted 2 finals in the history of this competition. We're underway, courtesy of Ben Thomas, taken in by Dan du Plessis. Here's the captain, Salmaan Moerat. Herschel Jantjies. What a servant he has been for the Stormers.
Use it.
Slow and steady from the Stormers to begin with. They've lost just one of their last 6 matches in this competition, away to Ulster by a narrow margin. Wonderful chase from Leolin. He's known for just that. And a good return from Lawrence. Southworth with the dummy.
Use it. Take him back.
Alan Davies, highly experienced halfback, coming in to replace Johan Mulder. Looks to be setting up a box kick of his own. Not a lot of depth on that one. The Stormers may be able to run onto this. Taken easily by Cardiff. Not much ground gained, but
ball's here.
Will feel fortunate to hold on to the ball. Right before contact, that offload executed, and Davis gets it away to Sheedy. Sharp hands from Cardiff. Davies. Sheedy goes long, looking for the angle. What a kick that is!
Yeah, I thought it might be close for a 50-22, but well done from Sheedy. The Stormers defense rushing up, cutting down the space and time. This is a good kick in between the 2 defenders. And Willemse a little bit up there, but great kick from Sheedy. This is one area where quite a far strong line-out contesting.
Dweba feeds to Schickerling. Dependable pair of hands in the line-out.
Fell down. And stay.
Stormers go stumbling into contact. Here's Jantjies. Pressure on from Teddy Williams.
That's silly.
Chaser, number 8.
From Falatar with his experience, with the new laws. I mean, that's a pressure outlet, because Cardiff were looking strong. Well, it's not actually him. It's Webb. Yeah, that was Webb. That changed his lane there. So Webb's about to receive, so it's Falatar. So Falatar there, pretty clear and obvious and unnecessary too.
Another quality line out from the Stormers in execution of the lift, but not the direction of the throw, taken in by Lonel. Inconsequential in the end. We'll have a scrum, and Neethling Fouché will be eager to get stuck in. Haven't been ruled out for a while with a red card that was controversial against Ulster.
Your ball, you decide.
There he is, the tight head prop for the Stormers, knocking on the Springbok door. Took some time away from the game. Not a bad time to do it, being a new father.
Crouch! Bind! Say! Guys, please, respect my cadence. Respect my cadence.
A little bit too early.
Quick reset.
Gianluca Neki wants to get a level of control in the early stages of the scrum. But both teams, early stages, keeping the powder dry.
Crouch!
Trying to win the territorial game first and then have a go.
Bind! Say!
Added Davies feeds the scrum. The Stormers apply the pressure, and Tobe Falatau
play on.
Gets Cardiff out of danger. Yanking the ripcord as the scrum absolutely disintegrated under the pressure from the Stormers. Not a good sign for Cardiff.
Use it!
Asirati sets the point of contact.
Hold on.
Dave sends one over the top. Much better depth on that one. Running onto it. Damian Willemse with the perfect technique. Jantjies to Fouché.
Knocked on the ground.
I can see the disappointment from Neethling Fouché. I thought he made some good meters or almost managed a dent. It was an aggressive clean out from the push-up support. Yeah, as he tried the ball placement, as he tried to place it, he tried to recover it there.
The mark, guys. Both.
But a good crowd here for a Friday night. You always wonder what the crowd will be like. I think a lot of people within the town, off to work, couple of drinks after work, and then slip into the game.
Sounds like a party plan to me. People of Cape Town will know. Likely the last time they'll get to see their Stormers at home.
Bind! Say!
Likely, but not definite.
Not straight, Blue. Not straight. Number one, not pushing straight.
Trouble brewing at scrum time. What are your thoughts on that?
Look, you need to look at the other side. I think Sithole has been penalised, but the Stormers had the advantage on the head.
Yeah, keep coming, Garro.
You know, if you kicked out, getting penalised, but you want to stay close to your hooker. So Stormers there, get the hit, and then the pressure comes through.
Evan Lloyd feeds the line out. What a contest from the Stormers. They win back possession in the 50th cap. Suleiman Hartzenberg charges into the defense. Herschel Jantjies. Schickerling looking to get his hands through the tackle. Jantjies to Sithole, sharp hands. Libbok sent it wide to Hartzenberg. Got some space to work with Suleiman. He offloads to Herschel Jantjies. Always runs the best of supporting lines, the Springbok number 9. Willemse. Willemse into the thick of things, up to the opposition's 10-meter line. Jantjies to Simelane. Energetic defense from Cardiff as the Stormers string together their first set of phases. What a double hit. Jantjies to Libbok. His cross kicks always on point. Hartzenberg getting underneath this one. Pressure on. Brilliant take from Hamer-Webb. Try scorer against the Bulls last weekend. 7 tries to his name in the 4th edition of the URC. It's 2 from the top.
Use it!
It's Davies slowing things down again, setting up another kick chase for Cardiff. Hamer-Webb underneath it, and another brilliant take from Damian Willemse. Missed so much of this season with injury.
Balls available.
Hasn't he been shining since his return? Sithole. Bang! Straight into the hit. Knocking Danny Southworth back, and Manie Libbok is looking sharp on his return. Dan du Plessis.
Always inside.
Damian Willemse.
50-22 on.
Sees some space to kick into.
Yeah, 50-22.
He's got it. He's got the 50-22. What a kick. And Willemse acknowledges the crowd, but what a kick. Stormers going backwards a little. That's the magic you need. Willemse always a threat. This time with a kick. A perfect kick. Perfect kick. Cameron win it. Got caught there.
Great line out from the Stormers. JD Schickerling rising high, taking it at the 4 ball. The rolling maul an option, but Cardiff defended well. Here's Dan du Plessis. Jantjies. Stormers come wrapping around the corner. Here's the big man, Dave Ewers. Quick pickup from Theunissen. The offload to Fouché. Knowing that there are players off the shoulder, he throws one in hope and faith. Hartzenberg. Jantjies to Theunissen. He's really stepped his game up this year. Loose forward for the Stormers. Libbok. Challenging one for Ewers, who takes it well. Aggressive work at the breakdown from the captain, Salmaan Moerat. Some space on the outside, and Manie Libbok sends it right there. Leolin just like that.
Yeah, and Paul, you've got to go back to that 50-22 from Damian Willemse. That's what created the spark. That was the magic moment. But patience needed from the Stormers. And patience delivered. Zas looking for work. Suleiman, Hartzenberg and Zas almost down the same channel. Manie Libbok, what a pass. Accurate. Skips 3 or 4 Cardiff defenders on the inside. Leolin, Zas over for the Stormers. It was a patient build-up. It was an accurate build-up. And it's try time early for the Stormers.
20 seconds. Ten seconds.
With the clock counting down, Damian, Willemse sends the conversion wide. 5 points to the Stormers, courtesy of their left wing, Leolin.
What a pass from Manie Libbok, straight over the top. From then on, Cardiff overcommitted defensively. It was a 3-on-2. So there, you can see how Josh Adams bit on the inside, and that's what created the dog leg on the inside. He overcommitted. He should have just stayed there and cut off that passing lane.
Ben Thomas gets us underway again. Salmaan Moerat takes the long way around. Oh, great turnover from Cardiff. Evan Lloyd.
Yeah, it's good from Lloyd. But what happened, Salmaan Moerat almost going sideways there, but the cleaners should have been there.
Line out.
He's not going to make a line break from that position. But that was an issue in the earlier game. Stormers scoring points and then conceding or not getting the exit right. It's a crucial part of the game. Once you score points, transfer pressure.
Yeah, but
all the Stormers players, they're all waiting around him there. I mean, he's got more than enough time. A desperate late clean from Dweba, and I think it's that low now.
Set up now, guys. How many? 6. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We can go.
Lloyd feeds to the front of the line out.
And is that Sithole's first line-out steal?
Yeah, it's okay. Knock on blue.
The props do well to see that, because what happens is the timing goes off the jump. So when it's a no jump, it's pretty hard to stop because the ball gets set easily.
When the ball is thrown.
Look at that. Sithole gets in just in time.
Yeah, that's the mark.
But a more from that position, it's very difficult to stop.
Another opportunity for a scrum between these two sides. Stormers have looked physically dominant thus far, but Cardiff earned themselves a penalty the last time they sat down.
And this is where you got to look at Toby Faletau. He'll try to use his carrying power from the scrum to get a stable base.
Crouch!
And he can attract defenders because he's such a big ball carrier.
Fine.
A legend of the game.
Set!
Big scrum from Cardiff.
Advantage.
Moving forward, earning the advantage.
Winning scrum. Winning. I cannot. Yes, I tried to play advantage, but then I cannot anymore when he goes over the 90. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
you want?
Probably choose
Josh, you want the tap? I have to tell them. Okay. They're gonna tap, guys. So on the try line.
Evan Lloyd steps up to the ball. Set play in mind, you would imagine, for Cardiff. Lloyd, the youngster, charges in. Good place to start for Cardiff. They're over the line for the try. Danny Southworth dots down.
And a good move. Faletau was the go-to guy, sir. Evans goes sideways here, but look at Faletau. He's the decoy. Sacks in 3 defenders.
Yes. Okay, I will let the TMO know about that.
And it's Southworth
that's okay.
over for the run, but it goes down from the Stormers, messing up that exit there. The steal of Salmaan Moerat.
And now in the 14th minute of the match, a moment for the fans here to give a round of applause to a man who's gone well before his time. Cornel Hendricks, born about an hour outside of Cape Town, a hero of Boland rugby, club rugby, provincial rugby, national rugby, a Blitzbok, a Springbok with 12 caps to his name, a Commonwealth gold winner. Gone too soon at 37 years of age. May he rest in peace, and thoughts are with his family and his wife Stephanie.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the try from Cardiff. Dan du Plessis had a big tight forward coming towards him. So the Stormers scored and conceded.
Libbok goes long. 7 points for Cardiff, 5 to the Stormers.
Use it!
This Cardiff side, oh so desperate for victory here today to keep their hopes alive. Sent long by Alan Davies.
That's a great kick. That's a great kick. That's how you transfer pressure. When you look where he was in his 22-meter area, and he's got it outside in the Stormers' half.
That's the log. As it stands, Cardiff climbing into the top 8 for the time being. Benetton playing later tonight. Munster, no their hosts. Edinburgh taking on Ulster. Ewers sets the rack for the Stormers.
Use it!
Salmaan Moerat doing the hard yards this season. Staying injury-free for a stretch of time. So crucial. The box sends one high. Simelane will work hard to get underneath that. Hartzenberg. Oh, brilliant hands to tidy up, and he's still on his feet. Jantjies, Libbok, Moerat, Ewers. Juggling before he controlled that, takes it to ground. Dan du Plessis commits his defender, and Zas takes on the former British and Irish line, Josh Adams.
Vantage. In the way.
Tackle roll away. Lying there within the channel. Once you make that tackle, make an effort to get out the way there. But again, Stormers getting a little bit of a nudge on. I think Dan du Plessis that looks a bit groggy down the left-hand side.
Libbok knocks it into the corner, line out Stormers.
It's Alan Lawrence that didn't roll away fast enough. Tackle, okay, recycle, get back in the defensive line as quick as possible.
Line out executed to perfection. Zas on the charge. Sits down Sheedy. But it's ripped away by Alex Mann. The young man of just 23 years of age playing on the flank for Cardiff. Sends a speculator upfield. Damian Willemse in broken play. Jantjies, Fouché. Still in the red zone, the Stormers. Jantjies to Libbok. Here's Dan du Plessis, Simelane. The defense rushing up, just couldn't get to the outside. Great tackle, that by Hamer-Webb. Jantjies for Theunissen. Asirati not taking a backward step that time. Libbok takes a rare opportunity to go at the line.
Away now, away. Yeah, you're detached.
Captain McAnally in the way. Does well to slow down the ball without getting penalized. Lloyd moves away just in time. Jantjies out to Dan du Plessis. Here's Neethling Fouché. Cardiff defending for their lives. Need to stay in the hunt into the second half against what has been a free-scoring Stormer side over the last few weeks. But 10 changes to this team might just give the Welshmen a sniff. Jantjies, Libbok, Moerat. Cardiff making their hits and bringing out the error from Manie Libbok, the knock-on scrum Cardiff.
Yeah, good defensive set from Cardiff, really patient, really disciplined also. What they don't have is a lot of line speed. But they've got numbers. They recycle pretty well.
I see the scrum shifting, and then really
someone more at that was the offload was on the Manie Libbok could have taken that.
You want to be dominant,
but patient. The Stormers have been forced to work hard and take.
Is really good. I'm looking at it. Time is up.
Of course, Cardiff can defend phases, and they're doing that pretty well.
Two sides need to push straight. Okay, guys.
So, Shimmy, what are your thoughts on what would be more beneficial to the Stormers? A trip to Glasgow or a trip to Kings Park in Durban?
I don't think it really matters because generally there's a week break in between. So even if you're going overseas, you leave earlier on, you can acclimatise, get used to the conditions, train there, whereas Durban is familiar and it's up the road. But if you want to win this competition, you take what you're given. That's it. You take what you're given. I think once teams start to choose who they'd rather play, they lose focus on what's there. And you can actually go down. Munster won it, I think, going 5 or 6 games on the trot away from home to win the competition. They beat Leinster away. Remember, came to beat Stormers here. Glasgow beat the Bulls at Loftus last year. So if you want to be the champion, you take what's given to you. Ike Tigers in the house.
Champions of the Varsity Cup this season after years of trying. It was really a seismic trophy lift for this UCT side, and they've got the trophy with them. It's going all around the Western Cape. They're taking it to schools. They're really celebrating.
Well done to Robbie Fleck. What a job he did with that team. Very good in the final.
And how about Ntokozo Makaza getting the call up to a Springbok alignment squad?
Yeah, it's magic, isn't it? How things can change in this game.
It's okay.
Top point scorer, I think, for 3 seasons in the Varsity Cup. Got on with it, and imagine him when you got that phone call or that email saying he's in the alignment camp squad.
Must have absolutely blown the young man's mind. Kick goes long from Callum Sheedy. Another great kick from the number 10. Well fielded by Suleiman Hartzenberg, who finds Damian Willemse to his inside.
Okay, hold on.
Hoofs that one downfield, does the number 15 for the Stormers, and Sheedy responds in kind. Willemse getting underneath it again. This time he can't hold on. Great contest in the air from young Cam.
I have a knock on here, guys. I'm back off blue in the previous one.
And you can see that
blue in the previous one, and a knock on blue here.
Part of not trying to pull anything from the back, rather going for the contestable kick. How's this a Cardiff scrum? I'm trying to...
Okay. Yes, thanks AJ. Andrea, it was on the screen. There is a clear knock on by red before, right?
Yeah, I think they've changed it.
Okay, so on the 10-meter line, guys. Number 9. I'll be clear of that. When I'm speaking, when I'm doing job, you don't go chasing them, okay? Am I clear?
So here's the contest here.
Yes, by red, here.
So that's where I think Sheedy takes it here.
First knock on is red in the air.
And then goes forward.
There, ball. Here's the mark, guys. Good pictures in the previous one. There, ball.
After consultation with TMO Andrea Piardi, it will be a Stormers put into the scrum, but Cardiff have been showing dominance at scrum time of late in this match.
It's good conditions out there, warm. It's a warm evening for this time. Well, everybody knows what's coming Tuesday, the real Cape Town winter. I think it's Monday or Tuesday when it starts. So enjoy this while it lasts.
Bind! Set!
Jantjies feeds that scrum, and Cardiff shifting it, but a penalty to the blue and white hoops now.
And that's the tricky thing, because earlier on, when Sithole got penalised for scrumming, and if the tight head goes in, you've got to chase him. So as long as the ref is consistent with that. It's Asirati penalised for going in. We saw last week it was an issue against the Vodacom Bulls also, where he kept going in with a lot of scrum collapses. So if you look at his angle here,
no, not for
as that ball comes in,
and as well he
changes his angle completely, almost
and as well your flanker after the set changes the band, and it's going to be pushing towards us, so both of you are going inside. I will.
Manie Libbok takes the opportunity to show his talent with the left boot as well as the right, knocks it into touch, line out Stormers. Dummy jump from Salmaan Moerat, taken in by JD Schickerling, quickly away by Theunissen. Dan du Plessis sets the rack. Libbok on the loop. Hartzenberg seen plenty of ball early on. Jantjies away to Ewers, who is moving bodies in his final outing. presumably here in Cape Town. It's Sithole. Jantjies to Libbok. Dweba. Cardiff making their hits. You saw those numbers earlier. They've made 38, missed 7. Not a great ratio. They are keeping the Stormers out of the red zone. Not just that, they're driving them backwards. Alex Mann got his hands on the ball, couldn't affect the turnover. Hartzenberg dummies. Hartzenberg goes, takes them all on. Hartzenberg is having his way in his 50th cap. He scores.
5-0, and a try for Suleiman Hartzenberg. Set one up this time. He's the scorer. But Stormers had to be patient. They had to be patient. And the wasp space down the short side. Herschel Jantjies spotted it. Suleiman Hartzenberg took the gap. Bang, bang, bang on the inside. Untouched. And he gets the try.
No worries for Damian Willemse. 2 more points to the tally.
They're on the short side. Numbers down. And look at that beautiful movement, beautiful stepping, beautiful agility. And the try for Suleiman Hartzenberg. Again, overcommitting down that short side. The numbers short. I think it was Ben Thomas left alone. But there was space. There was opportunity out wide for the Stormers. And the 2 wingers celebrating together. But Cardiff, I tell you what, defensively they are strong. Defending plenty of phases, cutting the offloads down with some good defensive work and patient also. That time they just got the numbers wrong.
Ben Thomas, centered high, taken in by Leolin. Do not count out Cardiff. Had a real flourish at the end of the match against the Bulls, scored all of their points really in the second half. After a ferocious first 40 minutes from the Bulls. Jantjies. Strong angle on that one. It's an outstanding kick. And Zas follows perfectly.
Just the line out yet.
Jeez, that looked like something out of WWE. It's hard to get the timing of that because the thing is, they get up in the air. That's when you're safe. Good tackle. The timing, you got to get up in the air for that. That's when you're safe. So Zas would have had to slow his run down.
You see Cardiff still in that top 8 on the back of having a losing bonus point by being within 7 points of their opposition as it stands. Another bonus point on offer for 4 tries scored. Whatever happens this evening, those kind of log points may prove absolutely crucial come the final reckoning. That's a brilliant take from Damian Willemse. So watching it over his shoulder, a bending ball in the air, and now he hangs one high. It's going to bounce here. It's dangerous. Hamer-Webb tries to get up and claim it. Winnett gets it away, and a hacked clearance comes from Harry Millard. Manie Libbok underneath that one. Cool and calm as always. Willemse occupying defenders. An overlap on the blind, but nothing to work with. So Simelane cuts infield. Neethling for sheer to Joseph Dweba. Cardiff saw that coming. Libbok slows it down, hangs one high for Leolin Zas to chase. When it's been under pressure already, and Zas takes it clean. This time against the jump of Callum Sheedy. Jantjies, quick ball for him. Libbok in motion. Willemse slings it wide to the try scorer Hartzenberg. Drops it onto the toe. Hugging the touchline. When it's under pressure here, when it's been tackled, he's isolated. The Stormers attack the breakdown point. The Cardiff scramble, and scramble to great effect.
Use it! Don't count, don't count.
Cardiff consolidate on their own 5-meter line.
And use it!
Just need to keep this game in the balance. You saw that log as it stands. Any log points will be crucial. A victory, of course, first prize. Willemse wasting no time. He takes the quick throw in and finds Libbok. Here's Zas. He's isolated now. Josh Adams can't get the steal right. Libbok feeds it to Fouché.
First man.
Well, another great steal from Alex Mann. The first man offloads to Toby Falatau, who knocks it on in contact. Oh, brilliant work from Salmaan Moerat to take his hand away from the ball, which he was definitely going to knock on. It's out into touch.
Yeah, and what's happening is Cardiff, they're getting enough transition ball.
Let us do our job, okay?
On the Neethling Fouché.
Ok, vado già a formare, Andrea. So, Tiemo check.
Getting some treatment. Let's see the height of this hit from Danny Southworth.
Tiemo check.
Yes.
We need to review the action by number 1, red, or number 3, blue.
Okay, Andrea, I'm at the screen. I'm seeing the picture, so we have an upright tackle, a high tackle by number 1, red.
Level changes everything in rugby now. You need to dip,
just
to dip a little bit lower.
We have
because he's made the right read.
Because we have
just dip a little bit
the
lower.
Shoulder to the head, so we have foul play, yes. Player is upright. So contact to the head, yes. Foul play, yes. Player is upright. The degree of danger for me is high because we have a direct contact with force to the head, and just play it at real speed to see if there is any mitigation.
Sounds like there could be real trouble. Red trouble potentially for Danny Southworth.
And from the wide angle, Andrea, please. I don't see any mitigation. Okay, Andrea, are these the best angles, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, Andrea, I don't see any clear mitigation, so I'm on a red card on this.
I agree with that.
Okay, so we just get the right mark, please. It's on the 10 meters line. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, definite yellow.
We had a foul play, yes, contact with the head. The high degree of danger because it's direct contact with the head with force, as there's no clear mitigation, so it's a red card against number 1. Number 1.
You feel for a player. He
yes,
made the
mark
right
is on
what
the
he needed
10 meters
to do was
line,
dip
exactly,
but I thought
in the middle of the post.
There might be mitigation because he did dip his legs slightly, his knees though, but it's the, I think the force which he hit Neethling Fouché with.
Wow. You can see
so
he knows exactly how much that may mean, not just to this match, but to the entire season of Cardiff. They'll be playing with 14 players on the field now, and it's going to be an uphill battle. Of course, the irony is that Neethling Fouché is returning today from a red card, which he had to go to tackle school for to return earlier than the full suspension would have been, and he suffers a head-high shot himself, which results in a red card for the team in red.
An early shower. And that's the worst feeling in rugby, that right there. With Danny Southworth. And you can see that the issue that also he makes an effort to actually make a good read. It's just his technique was wrong. He needed to dip a little bit lower to make a big hit. Neethling Fouché got 4 weeks for, a debatable one.
So remember, you're going to vote for the man of the match today. Scan that QR code that keeps popping up on the bottom of your screen, and come, I think, the 60th minute of the match, you'll be able to give your say on who you think the finest player on the field is. Cardiff with a brilliant piece of defense there.
Yeah, and that's the energy Cardiff need. That's the energy they need. A physical statement stopping the Stormers more.
Mark is here. For this time I have to stay on this side. It's very clear to AJ. I trust him. Here's the mark, guys. Oh, sorry, we have the replacement. Yeah, sorry, time is off. We have the replacement.
Tomachowski's going to come
so
on.
Number 6. So number 6 red off. Number 6, guys.
I think Alan Lawrence was off.
Corey Domachowski coming onto the field for his 102nd cap, the kind of experience that a coach would like to see coming onto the field under these circumstances.
Time is still up.
An absolute tank of a man.
Mark is here, time back on.
Leaving the field, as is usually the case, Alan Lawrence, the loose forward, sacrificed as 15 go to 14, and the designated prop needs to come onto the field to replace Danny Southworth.
The backline player comes in just to add a little bit of weight to the scrum. So Cardiff not really getting much territory in this game, and that's the big thing, the kicking game, winning that territorial battle.
Early.
There'll be some chats at halftime about the scrums and the Stormers game.
Higher voice. Repeat. Okay.
Not a penalty, so a kick to touch would not bring about a line out for Cardiff.
Early.
All the same, it is Callum Sheedy that knocks it into touch. The chase on to make sure the Stormers can't take it quickly. Cardiff very much aware that Stormers like broken play. We heard that opinion from their coach, Matt Sherritt, in the pre-match interview.
I'm not sure you tell who went early there.
Guys, please. First things first, respect the gap. Cardiff open and clear number 6. Gap please, Cardiff, Josh, I will say just once, respect the gap. Look at where the ER is, here's the gap. So please take a step.
Dweba
Leon.
feeds the line out after it's been sorted out by referee Nyeki. Libbok away to Simelane. Jantjies to his captain, Libbok. Really looking silky on his return to this team. The grubber through is perfectly measured. Zas keeps it in field. Win it. Did he dot it down?
He's celebrating. Let's just see how good his acting is.
You want to check this, AJ?
Yeah, check it because I'm not clear what happened here.
Okay, do we have an on-field decision? I don't think so because the ball was off the ground.
Exactly.
So we go with non-on-field decision. So, Andrea, please TMO check. No on-field decision. Just tell us the restart, please.
And Zas against Win it.
So
Yeah?
I don't have the live screener right now. He's broken. Okay, he's on now.
Oh, delicate touch to keep it in field. Now let's look for the grounding from the Welsh fullback.
Okay, Andrea, the first thing
Was us in there when he kicked it? That's
clear is the possible foot in touch and line out, and then the grounding.
Yeah, Gianluca, we are checking. There's no line out because the player is not in possession, kick the ball.
Perfect.
So he's playing on. Now we need to check the possible grounding by the red player.
Okay.
Okay, so that doesn't matter.
Yes, touch is good. He's not in possession, John.
No,
So there's no touch by red.
No.
And then he's a press down by blue. So you can award the try.
Okay, thank you very much. So try.
He wasn't acting.
No.
It's a try.
Acting on his try-scoring impulses, Leolin Zas dots down. That takes him to 9 tries for the season and to the top of the try-scoring charts in the Vodacom URC.
And this is, again, another good kick from Willemse.
Very tranquil.
It's just his decision-making is so good. Yeah, initially I thought Zas might have been out when he kicked that through, but considered in. If Hartzenberg can do it, well, Zas can. He's getting into the action too.
Willemse. Oh, he's lined this one up perfectly. Swings it in. Another 2 points on the board for the Stormers. And their fans are jubilant.
Leolin Zas spins his ears back, pure gas. Yeah, oh no, it was actually, that was fine. That was fine. That was fine.
Ben Thomas gets us started again. Finds his opposite number, Dan du Plessis. Theunissen to JD Schickerling. Schickerling sheds a couple of defenders, sets the rack. Jantjies for the book. The Stormers side growing in confidence and cohesion. Hartzenberg's chasing after this one again in the challenge with Hamer-Webb.
Advantage.
Harry Millard, prolific try scorer himself, the outside centre for Cardiff. Goes to ground that time. Next up was Asirati, and here comes Teddy Williams.
All right, guys, there's no advantage.
Yeah, and we saw a little glimpse of what Cardiff can do with the ball.
Previous.
You know, front to option, always going back to a pull.
Okay,
multiple runners with options, but once they generate quick ball, it's hard to stop.
So this log just keeps on changing in the race to 8 in the final round of the group stage of this year's URC. You'll notice that Cardiff have now dropped out of the top 8 before the result from Munster comes in, as Neethling Fouché leaves the field temporarily, it would appear. Sazi Sandi comes on to replace him. It's an HIA for Neethling Fouché on the back of that head knock from Danny Southwood, which saw the front ranker for Cardiff sent from the field. Shimmy, many players will be knocking on the door of the Springboks. Neethling Fouché has been doing it for a while, and there may just being an opening for him to find his way into the team. What do you think of the tight head prop for the Stormers?
No, there'll be some good tight heads. I mean, Neethling obviously in the alignment camp, but also Wilkelo, Thomas Tutori. We placed with props in this country. Still a long way to go. URC first and then Springboks. So I know there's a lot of a chat around it now because of selection, but I think it's still premature. So much can happen between now and then.
Blessed with talent are the Springboks. That's why the likes of Leolin has never donned the green and gold jersey as well, in spite of his prolific try-scoring form season after season. And what an international season awaits, of course. Okay, guys, the British and Irish Lions will be in action in Australia, and that will have the eyes of the rugby world locked on to the boys down under.
Time back on.
Ready to get back underway here. Sazi Sandi, fresh onto the field, is going to step into the pressure cooker, which has been the scrum battle today.
Yes. Crouch! Bind! Say! Hold blue!
Sazi Sandi and Domachowski on the near side of your screen.
Second time.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that call.
Not holding weight.
The scrum off has to put the ball in. You can't wait forever. Now, if you're going to get hit and there's momentum there, and that smart play, I must say, from Alec Davies. The thing is, it's almost been penalized for scrumming too hard now, and look at the end result.
No, that's not what I'm seeing. That's not what I'm seeing.
Head-to-head battle between the head coaches of the Stormers and Cardiff. John Dobson for the Stormers, URC champion in the first season, and Matt Sherritt, who stepped in as an interim coach for Wales when Warren Gatland left the scene this very year in the Six Nations.
More
quality line out for Cardiff. Still so much on the line for the Welsh side in this match, trying to get this ball rolling forward with Evan Lloyd tucked in the back. Their club captain Liam Belcher not in attendance today. He's injured, and the young hooker does not see the rolling ball rolling.
Advantage offside,
and Cardiff feed it away. Another penalty advantage to Cardiff. What an opportunity for the side in red to score. Played away by Alec Davies. The new man Domachowski next up. Davies gets it away. Faletau. None of the players making meters for the time being. They keep reloading. Difficult one to deal with. Offloaded to Evan Lloyd. Crosses the gain line. Places well. Faletau. Well, he offloads just as he was heading backwards. Sent wide by Sheedy on the cross kick. What a cross kick it is! Into the welcoming arms of Hamer-Webb.
Number 6.
What a kick from Sheedy. Again, Cardiff had to be patient. Sheedy, I mean, Hamer-Webb unmarked. down the open side or the left-hand side and cross kick.
Yeah, tries okay.
Here we go. I mean, here, well-weighted kick. And the good thing from Hamer-Webb is he runs from the outside in.
He's diving at the same time your player is diving, so I don't see that.
He comes from outside in. There we go. Then it's easier to take it. He takes it with momentum. And here he goes, Hamer-Webb, just trying to make it easier for the kicker.
Yes. 20 seconds now, Callum, 20 seconds.
Ewers within his rights to go for the tackle as Hamer-Webb was still trying to earn those meters in field to make this kick easier for Callum Sheedy.
2.
Well.
Callum.
Oh, no.
I know. Yes, no. Callum, I know.
You stood in front of me to check the thing.
No, I wasn't checking nothing. Callum, let me explain. I wasn't checking anything. I was just looking at the screen.
There's no
but
shot clock.
yes, I know. But
So how do I know?
I told you when it was 20.
There's no shot clock. My process is longer than 20.
That's not our business, guys. I'll be very clear. I'll be very clear on this. So you can report to your coaching team. There is no shot clock on the stadium. So I said to your player the seconds, and he has to cope with that. Okay? Guys, we're gonna discuss it later. That's the process here because we don't have any shot clock.
Yeah, and that's the end of the try. But Hamer-Webb, but what Callum Sheedy is saying, he said 20 seconds, but who counts the 20 seconds? Because there's no shot clock in the stadium, which is a valid point.
Yep.
Which is a valid point. You know, we can count 20 seconds separately, yeah, and you might come out later.
2 points missed for Cardiff. How telling may that prove to be? Faletau, Welsh legend. Started on the bench against the Bulls, starting on the field today against the Stormers. It's a 7-point game in Cape Town. The 14 men of Cardiff gallantly making their way to the halftime break. Just need to keep themselves in the hunt. You've just seen how clinical they can be when the moment calls for it. And there they are, back into the top 8.
Let's go.
On the back of being within 7 points of their opposition. A losing bonus point would see them rise above the two sides, starting on the same points tally as them as this final weekend of Vodacom URC Rugby kicks off. Simelane under pressure. That was a flat ball to Ewers. Jantjies to Libbok. He is weaving out here, Libbok, as is Damian Willemse.
Red ball.
And the Stormers just playing the territory game, trying to shift that back 3 for that little switch back there, hoping the fullback would be the other side, but the wing was up, so playing quite a big territorial game and waiting for the error, then looking to strike with a contestable in the air, then looking to strike on counter.
Evan Lloyd
Play on.
misses the mark with Faletau, but Cardiff get away with it. Sheedy sets the rack. They make it to the halftime break here without conceding any more points. They will breathe a sigh of relief for Cardiff, and they look to be working the clock right now. Alec Davis. Here's the call of 10 seconds from referee Nyeki. Takes no chances. And clears it from the base. Davies fires it back. The hooter has sounded. Sheedy. Just a brief thought in his mind of getting expensive. Instead, he chooses to get conservative, and wisely so, as just 7 points separate the sides as we head into the halftime break here in Cape Town, South Africa, in an absolutely crucial match from those, and it is the fans that will decide the player of the match in the Vodacom URC games going forward. So the Stormers, leading by 7 points over Cardiff, kick us off. Cardiff, remember, down to 14 players for the remainder of the game.
No.
It's going to be an uphill battle for the Welshmen.
It's whether they can weather the storm in the early stages of this half. What they want is 20 minutes to still be in the contest. So far, not the start they wanted. They've conceded a line out. There's a knock on somewhere there, trying to receive the ball. So Neethling Fouché back on the park.
Salmaan Moerat takes it in at line-out time. Herschel Jantjies peeling away slightly from the line-out to set off Dan du Plessis. Maul called. Cardiff can hold them up off the ground here and earn themselves a scrum.
Yeah, ends off now red. Ball is always available.
Do not manage to do so. Jantjies feeds Libbok, looping again. The kick over the top looks well measured. On the outside, Leolin cutting infield. Scrappy ball for Jantjies.
Backwards
Deals
for me.
with it. Sithole
Now backwards for me.
carries the cause forward. Asirati carries him backwards.
Lost now, Josh.
Jantjies, Dweba in attendance. Here's Leolin, energetic young loose forward for
Lost
the
now.
home side. Evan Lloyd hunting another turnover. Theunissen presents. Jantjies clear, slow ball for the Stormers. Simelane under
offside.
pressure.
Knock on, but off. Cannot play. Offside. The mark
Quick
AJ.
taps on, yeah.
Yeah. Here. Okay, here's the mark. Offside.
Another try for Zas, and he hits the top of the scoring charts in the Vodacom URC this season.
Yes. Scrum call.
Stormers going for the scrum with not behind the last man's feet. There's about 3 or 4 players, I think, probably offsides there. But Stormers have chosen the scrum. What's going to happen here with Cardiff is they'll try. The
Let's go, guys.
Tigers still celebrating.
The hooker. Okay.
He's looking
hooker
for
is
Robbie
down.
Flick.
Time is off.
He generally
Hooker's
runs
down.
away from these celebrations.
Yes, I spoke with the.
What a win for UCT, their third title,
I will have
chasing down the 2 top universities of the University of Pretoria's Tuks and the University of Stellenbosch's Maties, who have 5 titles to their name each. Really has been an elevation of varsity level rugby, the Varsity Cup. And Suleiman Hartzenberg, once of UCT's Ike Tigers, who's celebrating his 50th match today. He's been playing well.
He's been very good. The thing is, he's just his natural game sense. You can see the ability to run into space. Then he always looks for the offload. But strong legs, also well-balanced runner, so breaks a lot of tackles. And low error rate with the finishing finesse of Suleiman Hartzenberg. 50 caps up and a try.
Oh, and Yanni, he's played in the centres, he's played on the wing. What do you reckon his best position is? Remember to scan that QR code and vote for your player of the match.
Look, I'll tell you one thing, he is a centre, but he's not doing a bad job at wing. But I think it's also understanding. Remember at wing, you learn how to cut out the wide options, how to communicate with your centre. So it works both ways. You know, you look at Sacha, Feinberg-Mngomezulu played 12. This guy started at fly half, has played centre, covers wing. So you learn from moving position. What you want to do is you want to get his hands on the ball. But Willemse, what a performance, what a first half he's had. Silky runner, strong. You can see why at such a young age he's achieved so much.
Marks on me.
Look at Joe's, that's how hooker
Yeah,
should
marks on
look.
me.
Dweba looks like he's about to go to war. Yeah, and what's Cardiff have had to make a decision now. Do they put an extra back in there? But then there's space somewhere in the back line. So what the Stormers will try to do, scrum and get penalty advantage. Then the backs can have a go. But first things first, you need that scrum penalty.
Crouch! Bind! Save!
Nothing steady about that.
Far side collapse. Far side collapse. Reset. Yep. Mark is here. Hooker.
Yeah, and Tomaszewski let go of the bind there. Now that's in front of the AR. They're getting over the bind. That causes the collapse. You know, if the ref's going to be strict on pre-engagement or shoving too early, then he's also got to give it there. He's got to be consistent with his calls.
Crouch! Bind! Save!
Jantjies feet. The Stormers moving forward. The scrum goes shifting sideways. Theunissen off to Jantjies. Jantjies brought down in the tackle of Hamer-Webb. Hartzenberg fills in at halfback. Leolin hard at work here in the second half. Teddy Williams gets out of the way just in time. Neethling Fouché sets the ruck. Jantjies to Libbok. Dan du Plessis delays the pass for Simelane. Crucial tackle that.
First man
executed by Millet. First man is the call. Turnover Cardiff. They breathe again. How can they clear their lines and keep themselves in the hunt? So effective in the second half against the Vodacom Bulls last weekend. They'll be hoping for a finish just like that.
Okay.
And that was the was that Josh Adams? Look at that, it's Josh Adams, yes. Up, over, Wandisile almost on his back here, so it makes it an easy steal. But Josh Adams, great work from the wing. We saw a good steal earlier on in the first half also. I think it was Alex Mann who got the steal and then made the kick. So
Dweba feeds his captain. Salmaan Moerat. Dan du Plessis. The Damian charging into action. Here's Libbok. Willemse with the pass. Hamer-Webb comes back at him. The grubber through, just bouncing into touch. He measures those grubbers oh so well, Damian Willemse.
Yeah, he palmed off Hamer-Webb, but Hamer-Webb did well to actually keep chasing. So here comes, there it is there, he's gone. But look at the chasing there, the cover defense from then on. Probably needed to do the late switch with Leolin Zas.
Oh, Cardiff living on the edge under the pressure of the Stormers. They set the ruck again, 5 meters out.
Use it!
Trying to deal with this early flurry from the home side.
Use it! Use now!
Alan Davis. Under pressure. Clean strike on that one. Sends it almost to the halfway line. Taken in by Suleiman Hartzenberg.
No tackle.
Jantjies, quick ball. Schickerling beats the first. Into the red zone in the blink of an eye. Jantjies away to Theunissen, dropping bodies. Jantjies, Libbok, always looking for the opportunity. Oh, it's absolutely brilliant! Suleiman Hartzenberg, touchdown and the double.
Manie Libbok take a bow. That little sweep almost going sideways. The ability to get the ball into space is magical from Manie Libbok. Suleiman Hartzenberg keeping the width.
Thanks.
But with the man down, there has to be space somewhere. The key is to find it. Look where Manie Libbok is. He's scanning, looking the whole time. A little bit side on.
Okay.
And not that outside kick. And he gets it. Suleiman Hartzenberg, it's try time.
20. 20.
There's going to be, well, Willemse said 20 seconds has been called here. There's going to be shot clock trouble here.
Has he learned from Sheedy? The countdown from referee Nyeki. Willemse sends it just wide. 12 points between the teams in the second half.
And Manie Libbok, you know, you used to see him looking the other way and putting it on his right with the outside of his boot and going across. Hartzenberg in again.
Both wings scoring 2 tries apiece for the Stormers, who have a handy lead now. Cardiff still in with a shout. Still able to finish within those 7 points of their opposition, earn a log point and score the 4 tries potentially and earn another. The kick goes long. Sheedy covers with Winnett in attendance. The bounce unkind, slightly rushing the number 10. His kick goes long.
You retreated.
Stormers will counter. Libbok. Oh my goodness, Damian Willemse drops the shoulder. Hartzenberg to Simelane.
Foot in touch.
Yeah, and what's happening now is Cardiff are being forced to kick long. They're kicking long, and that's what you don't want to do against the Stormers. They were kicking contestables in the first half, which was working. It was going to plan. You kick long, it's Willemse, Libbok, Simelane, Hartzenberg, and Zas waiting.
Number 1. Sub.
Onto the field for the Stormers, Paul de Villiers and Vernon Big V Matongo. A farewell to Dave Ewers, 13 years in the Exeter Chiefs, born in Harare, came down to join the Stormers, done plenty of work behind the scenes, respected by his coach John Dobson, and he'll be heading up to Scotland to join his family. What a piece of play from those two Stormers stars. Cardiff under increasing pressure in their own red zone here in the second half with 14 men on the field. Evan Lloyd has been shining today, turning on the afterburners, the front ranker. He finds his halfback in support. Davis gets it away to Teddy Williams on the outside. It's Hamer-Webb. Wow.
Well, where did that come from? Well, that's more like it from Cardiff. If the airspace get there, what they've done, they've been gun-shy in the first half. There we go, the airspace. Great pace. Good support play. Cardiff almost scoring from downtown. Tell you what, this Hamer-Webb, there is something about him.
Cardiff.
Tries galore about him this season, 8 tries. On the number 1 spot has 9. Schickerling takes another line out perfectly well for the Stormers.
I think it was okay, Jay.
They crash it up and set up the exit from their 5-meter line.
I raise my arms down.
Jantjies will take the responsibility of sending the ball clear. Great connection on that. Taken in by Hamer-Webb. Here's the youngster win it. Oh, almost through the half gap. Targeted by the Bulls last weekend. Hamer won it. He had a tough time of it. The Stormers have followed suit. Big hit from Lionel. Davies.
Stop 9.
Way to Sheedy. Sheedy threads the needle. Great kick from the number 10.
Well, that's better. Cameron Winnett having a go from the back. That's better from Cardiff. At least asking some questions.
Number 9. Sub.
Paul de Vet onto the field. A long-time servant of the Stormers. There will be change galore come next season of the URC, and Herschel Jantjies may just have played his last minutes for the Stormers as he heads to pastures anew next season. And he gets some applause from the crowd as he leaves the field.
On now.
Manie Libbok kicks long to find touch.
Good kick. Neat and tidy. Cardiff needs some sort of a spark here. They need to create something. Remember, a man down also for Cardiff.
Davis away to Ben Thomas. He may have a big influence here in the second half. If he can get his hands on the ball more often, Cardiff will be struggling for possession. Libbok shooting out of the line, just missing the tackle on Sheedy. An advantage to Cardiff. Davis away to Thomas. They send it deep for Winnett. Now with ball in hand, looking more dangerous, Cardiff. Recycle well. Davis has to improvise. That's a brilliant pass under the circumstances. Therese Litterick. Davis to Thomas. Thomas sends it deep, just missing their mark. Going back for the advantage. Penalty,
no advantage,
Cardiff.
guys. Number 2. Ends pass. Thanks. Ends pass to number 2. Not supporting weight.
Sheedy knocks it into touch. Hasn't been happy with his goal-kicking accuracy this season. He's kicking brilliantly out of hand in this match. Oh,
sorry?
Here comes the superstar. Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu. What a season the young man is having.
It's just to see what position he's going to come in on. So Manie Libbok, remember, coming back from injury, so he won't get a lot of game minutes.
How many? Mark, guys. As I said to Cardiff, please mark. Stormers. Storm. Open.
Stormers with an embarrassment of riches in the playmaker roles. No Warwick Galan today. Damian, Willemse, Manie Libbok and Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu all capable of playing in the 10 jersey. What does coach John Dobson do? Stormers on a counter-attack here. Simelane in some space. Paul the vet running the support line. He'll get chased down. Hangs out a speculator. Sheedy picks up on it, and Davies is brought down in the tackle. Stormers hunting it on the ground. Chased away was Paul de Villiers. Here's Pelletel.
Lost now, Blue.
Neethling for sheer handling. Cardiff players at the breakdown.
And use it.
Aled Davies has 116th caps. Chips one over the top.
Now play on, back of red.
Unable to take it in was Teddy Williams. Play on is the call, and Cardiff have the ball. Davies away to Lloyd. What a match the young hooker is having. Sheedy's shifting onto the left boot. He sends it downfield. Chasing back. Suleiman Hartzenberg asked the question of Hamer-Webb, who makes his tackle. And now Cardiff have a broken defensive line of the Stormers that did not retreat. Another penalty to the Welshman.
You have to go out 10 meters. Never retreat.
Yeah, and Cardiff keep working. They just keep on working. And you mentioned that the last 20 they want to be in this game. You see Sheedy again, you know, there's times when I think they get good position, good front football, but they look for the kick rather than the run. And we saw when they find a little bit of space, they do have pace out wide.
What a colossal opportunity this is for Cardiff. The Stormers make their changes. Onto the field comes Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu. 85 points to his name this season. Manie Libbok, he's back in action, and he will be crucial for the Stormers come the playoffs, which are right around the corner.
Yeah, and Manie Libbok's had a good game. So that cross kick of his, you know, his accurate passing. But Manie Libbok back in the mix, and Salmaan Moerat, for the intensity which he's been hitting racks at, pretty impressive.
Guys, we're still doing replacements. So number 4 and 10, correct?
529 points in a Stormers jersey, Manie Libbok.
And the new captain of Blue, please. Time back on.
What a revelation he's been for the Cape side after bouncing around the country's franchises.
Okay,
found a happy home here in Cape Town. Evan Lloyd. Oh, that's an absolutely crucial miss for Cardiff. Feinberg-Mngomezulu under pressure gets it away to Paul the vet. He will consolidate. Stormers set the rack and protect the ball. Matongo. The graduate from the University of Stellenbosch sets the ruck for the Stormers. De vet back in position. Sets up the clearance.
And what's happening is the Cardiff line are letting them down in the 22-meter area. 1 or 2 crucial losses, especially when you're chasing the game. Again, overthrow. So Stormers have done their homework on the Cardiff line out. As it stands. How much are we going to see of that this weekend?
All right.
Oh, that's what it's all about here.
On the mark, please. Open the gap.
In the final round of the Vodacom URC. Unpredictability in the URC continues to be a hallmark of this competition. As Evan Lloyd feeds the line out. Remember, those other sides in contention will be taking each other on tonight. It's Munster hosting Benetton and Edinburgh hosting Ulster. Crucial matches in deciding who finishes where. Backwards it goes. Cardiff have a chance to go forward. Lloyd on the carry. Hamer-Webb showing up absolutely everywhere. Have not seen much of the back line of Cardiff. Harry Millard, that time getting hands on the ball. 6-2 split on the bench from Cardiff for the 2nd week running, recognizing the power of the South African scrums. Good hands here from Cardiff. The pop over the top comes from Ben Thomas. Gives time for the cover defense to get in position. It's Josh Adams is the next on the carry. And the 14 men of Cardiff with a valiant effort thus far. Hamer-Webb looking to go on the double round. He does find some space. Millet's going to score here. Millet's in the corner.
Well, Cardiff are still alive in this game. And we mentioned Hamer-Webb. With that cross run of his, what happened was Willemse bitten. And then there was space out wide to Millard.
At 50.
Harry Millard, and over he went. So look where Hamer-Webb is. He's behind there on the bicycle, just working hard there. Look at that. And then he drifts there, and then Willemse had to make a decision.
I will let the team
Made the decision. It was 2-1. And over they go. Over Cardiff go. Still in it.
Nine tries this season. He loves to hang out there on the wings, shifting from that 13 position, and he is oh so dangerous. The former Wales Sevens international. Sheedy, crucial kick, goes drifting wide. 7 points separate the sides. That means, as it stands, Cardiff have 1 log point. We've got a TMO review coming.
Prendi tempo, per favore.
Sì. Okay, yeah, we take time.
From Andrea Piardi.
I'm gonna restart the game once the TMO tell me everything is cleared. Okay, so trust this.
The Italian compatriots
Yeah,
that
wait
are
a
the
second,
refereeing
Sacha.
team
Wait
today.
a second, please.
Dobbiamo rivedere due cose un attimo, Gianluca.
Quindi fermo il tempo o no?
Sì, grazie.
Okay, yeah, time is off.
They may be looking for a forward pass in amongst this. Definitely not coming here. Definitely not coming here. It's going to be this one. Oh, we may be looking at a tackle. A great finish from Millard. This stadium, of course, one of the stops on the HSBC Sevens series.
He's come out of his hand backwards.
And the Sevens specialist diving in the corner.
Yeah, Josh.
So let's look for the shoulder potentially going into a dangerous area. I'm suspecting it's Damian Willemse here, shooting high.
So this is the shoulder to the head, Gianluca.
Okay.
It's not looking good, that, especially on the back of what happened to Southworth earlier in the match.
So Andrea, we are checking the foul play.
That is correct by 15.
Yes. And because we had a try and the pass as well, correct? So we're gonna, because we have to be also sure about the pass.
The pass is correct.
The pass is correct, so perfect. So we're gonna consider just a headshot.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
I think they've cleared the pass.
So just play it through again.
So Damian Willemse in trouble, potentially still looking for obstruction earlier on in the movement. Simelane throwing his hands in the air.
So
in
Gianluca
protest.
Director want to show you this.
Vado avanti su questa.
Yes.
Yeah, here the tackle has been made there.
There's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah, there's nothing here. Yes, we carry on this one. We only have to review the high tackle.
Well,
He's
that's
coming
been
back.
clear.
Gianluca is coming back.
Yeah, it's not this one.
So
This is the one we judge it live.
the Italian referees are happy with this interaction, in spite of the confirmation of Simelane, but the head contact is what we're looking for here.
We go back on the head contact, Gianluca. Sorry for that.
Yeah, no problem.
And the question, Hanyani, yellow or red, I presume it will be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So here we are, number 15.
And the thing is, yeah, Willemse, it's difficult to get square on when you try to shadow D. That's the thing.
Okay, Andrea, so we have contact with the head, yes.
there is
Contact with the head, yes. We have foul play because 15 is upright.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I think he even turns his head there because he knows
high degree of danger for me because we have a direct contact to the head.
Correct.
And just play it at live speed to see if there is any mitigation, because the only one we might maybe consider is a possible drop in height after he passed the ball.
Last chance saloon for Willemse, looking for any mitigation.
I don't see any clear mitigation
No,
to look for me.
I don't see any clear drop in height by
there's no
number
wrap, and there's no wrap as well.
So we don't have any mitigation, so for me it's a red card against number 15. Do you agree?
Agree with that.
Okay.
No wrap as well.
Number 15, same as first half, so high tackle, direct contact with the head, which is making the degree of danger is high, and there is no clear mitigation. So it's a red card, same as first half.
Because he's passive, he's holding, he's not really going for it.
It's not passive,
okay.
on my view.
Okay.
I think that the mitigation there would be that Willemse is
So
almost, he's in a almost shadow defense or holding defense pattern. Then you're going backwards at a 45. You're not going forward and trying to make the hit. That's the difference between the two tackles. It's a pity because Willemse was having a blinder.
Guys.
It's a pity.
It's a normal kickoff.
So it's 14 against 14.
Yeah. Thanks, Andrea.
Cornel Hendricks, we remember you. Legend of the region. Son of the soil here in the Western Cape, a Boerland boy, born and raised.
Yes.
Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu gets us back underway.
Good timing.
14 on 14, one red card apiece.
Use it. Stay on side.
Aled Davies sends it high. Been on box kicking duty all evening long. Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu hits the money with the pass. Wonderful offload from Theunissen. Feinberg-Mngomezulu fires it wide. Dan du Plessis has some space to work with. Sends it inside to Paul de Villiers. The Stormers on the front foot. Here's Connor Evans. Another player that made his name in the Varsity Cup. Theunissen had a half gap just for a moment there. The Cardiff
inside,
defenders folding around him. Less than 5 meters to travel for the Stormers. Working hard for every meter. Neethling for sheer. At the base of the ruck with a pick and go.
Last foot red. Advantage offside.
Now an advantage to the home side. Louw now.
Leave it. Ball is at the back.
Driving low and hard. Slow ball for the Stormers. Recycled. They go again. Matongo can't make it. Paul de Vet waits. Neethling for sheer receives. Penalty advantage waiting. Numbers on the outside. Feinberg-Mngomezulu.
Marcel.
De Vet. Low now. It can't be found. And Paul de Vet is absolutely cancelled. Big V Matongo sees it ripped from his clutches. Penalty Stormers.
Number 4. Offside, last foot.
It's decision time for the Stormers now.
Time off.
Yeah, Marcel Theunissen so prominent in that move.
Time is off. It's here on the 15. It's on the 15, guys. At the
Another break in the action.
You're gonna tap when I restart the game.
Moment to take
only when
breath.
I restart the game.
Especially for those of you who are fans of Cardiff rugby.
Okay.
So taking a look at where the Cardiff side was adjudged to have drifted offside.
It's close to the ruck. Josh McNally. Close to the ruck. He just needs to go half a meter back.
Yes.
That's not a good sign if you pop sore. Especially with one given a red card.
Would that mean that we've got some uncontested scrums around the corner?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what's going to happen.
Well, the intrigue never ends. There is the log as it stands. Cardiff once again dropping out of that top 8. Leolin just 2 tries to his name today. Will you vote for him to be the Vodacom URC man of the match? You scan the QR code, and when the time comes, you'll have your chance to choose who will win that award. Here's some of the action from the electrifying left wing of the Stormers just this evening.
The one thing they're still asking for is on that side. The guy that is coming on the handle.
Always in that. Always physical, always
side,
cerebral as well. His kick chase immaculate, rising so high to contest the kicks in the air and make the tackles on the ground, as Cam Winnett found out in the first half.
Good.
And he's a powerful runner. Leolin just breaks tackles. But the ability also, once to get the timing on, once you made that line break and link with the inside players, is what's important. So are we having a live scrum here? Or are we going to golden oldies, uncontested?
It looks like Domachowski soldiering on right now, staying on the field. He looks to be in some serious pain. Reese Litterick in the 18 jersey.
Crouch! Bind! Save!
Ben Thomas filling in at flank in the number 12 jersey. The Stormers looking to make Cardiff pay. They get that penalty advantage.
Use it!
Crucial juncture in the match this. 2 chances for the Stormers on the back of that penalty advantage. Paul de Vet keeps the movement alive, crucially. Followed up by Paul de Villiers. Now Theunissen. Evan Lloyd hunting another turnover. No such luck for him this time. Captain McNally cleared away. Connor Evans hits up for the Stormers. Cardiff well spread across the field. Joseph Dweba can compromise any defensive line. Fires it back for him. Feinberg-Mngomezulu. He's been on the money with those over the last few weeks.
And that one wasn't on.
It was not.
Back to the advantage.
I think he knew it was an advantage, so nothing was really on. What he probably wanted to do, what should have done, is just taken the ball up and look to build from there.
It wasn't clear for me. Under pressure scrum.
Under pressure from the scrum, so it's a free play from here. What happened, that ball got kicked forward, so Theunissen couldn't get it out in time.
Yes. Okay.
South African ready to come on to the field here in Cape Town. Johan Mulder.
Here's the mark.
Born and raised up in Pretoria, played against the Bulls, whom he represented just last weekend. He comes on to replace Alec Davies, who's been absolutely central to the game plan of Cardiff.
Number 2, guys.
Especially with that box kicking game.
He's been good, Alec Davies. It's so important for a team that kicks a lot. Him and Sheedy, his box kicking, the long box kick, the contestable ones have been pretty good from Davies.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Crucial scrum here.
Up. Quick reset, quick reset. Yeah. Okay, guys, both teams are here. We need to see a good breakthrough from both of your side, okay? Move it, yeah, just move a little bit here. Especially you, okay?
If he was a believer in the dark arts, Domachowski would go down to get further treatment on that calf. Would force us into a situation of uncontested scrums, having seen a red card to starting loosehead Danny Southworth.
Crouch! Bind! Save!
Ben Thomas looking nervous at flank, as any backline player should.
Loosehead.
Penalty Stormers.
Loosehead collapses.
Another scrum, perhaps, Shimmy?
Scrum.
And then it's good captaincy. Well,
Josh,
what Neethling Fouché is doing
I know it's a big moment. Now scrum has to be very, very good in compliance to everything. The first one was under pressure going up. Here the loose head goes on the ground. So here is very important to keep on the discipline, all right? Mark.
Cardiff have defended for long phases of this game, and they've done it well.
Yeah, but they keep on.
But again, Neethling Fouché knows the pressure's on here, so he's testing the patience of the ref.
We can go.
And that's exactly what he's doing.
Happy? All right, guys, if you start discussing around the foot here, it will be a problem for both of you. All right. So here's the mark. You're gonna place your foot. You're gonna adapt, and you're not gonna moving again. All right. Let's go. Nice, perfect.
The two hookers debating who's leading the dance.
That's where the mark is of the scrum. Obviously, Cardiff wanted further out. The Stormers wanted closer to the try line.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Cardiff absorb the hit this time, and the Stormers come marching in. Theunissen plays away to the bench. Over the top for Leolin Sass.
That was try time. That was try time.
Now because it's in the field of play. No, it's okay. It's the same concept of the break foot. It's okay. It's on the setup. I want the foot both there.
That was try time.
7.
Scarra Ntubeni onto the field.
7.
Legend of the Stormers jersey. He has been here
8 and
forever.
7.
Replacing Joseph Dweba. Round of applause for the fans that have become his own.
Yes, at the setup.
What an impact he's made in the Stormers jersey. He's headed to Exeter Chiefs to further his career.
He's had a busy game, Joseph Dweba. So has Toby Falatau coming off.
Let's go.
And also Alex Mann, he's been good. He's been very good. The two loose forwards.
It's your ball. It's your ball.
5 tries this season for Alex Mann. Plenty of turnovers as well for the youngster who was once at the Cardiff City Football Academy as a centre-back.
Crouch!
14 on 14.
Bind!
High drama in Cape Town.
Save!
As Cardiff are chasing one of those playoff spots. Picking up from the back, James Botham. An abrasive run from the big man.
Last foot.
Johan Mulder under pressure. Half charge from the Stormers this time. Oh no, Zas can't hold on. What a pickup from Mulder. Can they move the ball wide now, Cardiff? With the numbers equal, Sheedy sends it. Wider it goes from Ben Thomas. Over the top for Cam Winnett. Sends it to the strike man, Hamer-Webb. The cover defense coming, he goes long. Feinberg-Mngomezulu will chip to chase himself. Contest in the air. Won by Feinberg-Mngomezulu. The pass off target. Sheedy considering the kick. Ben Loader dropping into position, controlled by Evan Lloyd. A confident young front ranker sets the ruck for Cardiff, but they're in their own red zone yet again. The territorial battle has been wholeheartedly lost by the Welshmen today. Mulder hangs one high, looking for some distance with the clearing kick. Now Ben Loader. Brought down on the Cardiff 10-meter line.
Off the foot.
Away from Paul the Vet. Up it goes from Feinberg-Mngomezulu. That one's going to come down with snow on it. Taken in by Cam Winnett. Mulder taking his time. Sheedy goes wide. Zas cutting in. Sheedy on the loop. Not much space to work with. Goes long. No Damian Willemse on the field, so the Stormers having to improvise and send Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu back to cover these kicks. As doing very well thus far. The ball allowed to bounce by Captain McNally. Taken in by Winnett. Space for Winnett to kick into the bounce. Going towards the touchline. Cam Winnett.
What a kick. What a kick. It's a 50-22.
Stunning stuff from the 22-year-old fullback for Cardiff.
Number 3.
He has given his team a chance. 7 points between the sides.
Yeah, and obviously the Stormers with no fullback. Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu trying to cover that backfield. Desperately gets there, but it's out one time.
Yeah, the time is off.
It's game on now. It is game on now.
Number 4, so the
if he had kept that ball in field, there may have been even more trouble for the Stormers.
Who's the new captain of Cardiff?
So onto the field for Cardiff, Rory Thornton for cap number 127. Cardiff back into the top 8, dipping in and out all the way through this match.
Willemse is out now.
Of course, other crucial matches happening this evening, and Neethling Fouché comes from the field for the Stormers.
Okay. Time back on.
And after Salmaan Moerat started the game as captain, Neethling Fouché took over. We'll have a third captain on the field right now. Rory Thornton feeds it away. An absolutely colossal opportunity for Cardiff right here. They're in the red zone of the Stormers. A rare opportunity for the travelling side. Ripped in the tackle by Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu, who wins possession back for the Stormers. Charging forward, Paul de Villiers.
Lost now.
Cardiff hunting the ball on the ground.
The way tackler.
Yeah, it was too tempting. It was too tempting from James Bertham. He didn't let that ball go and just get back your defensive lines. And again, I think Moerat mentioned it before the game, how Cardiff struggled against the Vodacom Bulls to get through their first 3 phases. There it was 2, and then an error after such a good kick, such a good 50-22.
Here's your list for the Vodacom URC man of the match. 3 Cardiff players in the mix. Man, Falatau and Sheedy. Zas dominating the voting along with Hartzenberg right now. 2 tries for the 2 wings of the Stormers. Scan the QR code. Get your vote in. The fans will decide who is the man of the match. Heading for the final 10 minutes of the match here, and the Stormers with an impressive rolling ball. Cardiff attempting to direct it towards the touchline. The vet gets it free. Feinberg-Mngomezulu, what a pass to Loader on the drift. Gets rid of the first defender. He comes back and makes his hit. This is Josh Adams. Hartzenberg tries to feed it inside. Paul the vet keeps it alive impressively. Ben Loader. De Vet. Feinberg-Mngomezulu. Over the top from Wandisile. Simelane to chase on the outside. Not quick enough. It bounces into touch.
Yeah, I needed the bounce there and a little bit of hang time. But Cardiff has such a good chance down the other side after that 50-22, a breakdown penalty, and the Stormers right back in it, putting pressure. Double red card, Willemse off, and Danny South with some high tackle drama.
Throw is good. Stop in front, red.
Tired of misfiring at the lineouts. Cardiff take it quickly, impressively so.
Play on, Arrow.
Stormers.
Okay.
Take it quickly themselves. Simelane almost tripping over his own feet. What about that for a take from Dan Thomas? It's all happening out there. Simelane is back in possession.
Ball was dislodged by red. Play on.
Cardiff, they've had their chances today, and how they may rue them if they do not get the desired outcome in this match. Cam Winnett watches it over his shoulder.
Feinberg-Mngomezulu was going for the 50, was looking for the 50-22.
They are 10 meters.
They've got to keep cool heads. Do Cardiff. Cam Winnett goes long, gets good distance, doesn't find that touch, hugs it up against the touchline for Zas. Feinberg-Mngomezulu will kick for himself to chase again. Cam Winnett will take him on in the air. Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu offloads to Connor Evans.
Is that it? I think they might look at this one.
Yeah.
I think they might look at this one. But Connor Evans The Bishop's combination.
Yeah.
I don't think he can believe it. So look what Feinberg-Mngomezulu, he doesn't take his eyes off the ball. He shortens the steps, gets the timing right.
Josh.
Well, that's fallen into his arms, I think. Connor Evans with the run in.
Yeah, the judge was sure about that. Yeah, Josh. It is what it is. 30. I have to trust the yard.
Yeah, and also the awareness from Feinberg-Mngomezulu just to get that pass around the corner.
You have the time, Andrea?
He's not messing with the shot clock, is he?
Not at all.
E la mette era buona sulla conclusionaria.
Birthdays in the stands. Celebrations kicked off by the try from Connor Evans. A difficult pill to swallow for any Cardiff rugby fan after all the efforts. In the blink of an eye, they drift 14 points behind. Taken in by Dan du Plessis. Good clear out from the Stormers. And the offload to Schickerling. He's got some space to run into. Stretching those long legs up across the halfway line. Quick ball is what the Stormers need now. And they could strike a death blow to the hopes of Cardiff rugby, not just in this match, but for the entire Vodacom URC season. Schickerling involved again. The pop over the top comes from Feinberg-Mngomezulu.
Chest.
Zas. Oh yeah, another brilliant turnover from Cardiff. They're hunted on the ground and they've come up with the goods time and again. Johan Mulder showing the dog in the fight. Sheedy wastes no time, just finds his touch.
That's Mulder. That is great play from Mulder. As the Stormers are looking to open them up, the gaps are starting to come.
Tenacity shown by the man from Tshwane. Another failed line out from Cardiff costs them big time, and the Stormers can launch their counter-attack from here. Simelane takes his chance to run. Devet finds Evans on the charge, the offload to Feinberg-Mngomezulu. They went to school together, they played for the SA under-20s together, and now the turnover is a great one. And a handle from Dan Thomas, who's made an impact since coming on. Sheedy.
The Stormers losing a lot of ball from breakdown ball from line break.
Hold on, dude.
Interesting, interesting.
Feinberg-Mngomezulu weighs up his options, sends it down the center of the field, asking Cardiff to make their decision. Can when it goes long with it, it's a favorable bounce. Not a 50-22, but a great kick from the young 15.
Well, it's the big man's birthday today. Kobus Visa,
Time off.
legendary figure of South African rugby.
Time off.
The gentle giant himself there. Happy birthday, Kobus.
What a champion he is. A world champion, by the way, for those of you too young to have taken in the 1995 Rugby World Cup. He played at lock. Slightly slimmer and trimmer back in his day. But that's before they were lifting people in the line-out as well. Highly impactful lock forward for the Springboks and for Lions Rugby. Scan that QR code and vote for the man of the match. You must choose who is going to win that award today. This new innovation, get involved, of the two coaching staffs. Will be a very different mix of emotions in there. John Dobson, knowing that he had a spot in the knockouts confirmed before coming into this round, just a question of who they will be playing, where they will be travelling to, potentially to Glasgow, potentially to Durban. That will be decided tomorrow as the Sharks in Glasgow are in action. Glasgow have got a tough one away to Leinster. Scarra Ntubeni feeds the line out, does not find JD Schickerling, but still Cardiff can't hold on to the ball. Paul de Villiers hunting another turnover, and it's good. It's brilliant from Cardiff. Stafford Hughes who's got the ball for this Heman Red this time around. Turnovers galore for Cardiff. Sheedy knocks it into the corner.
Yeah, and Cardiff have been good at the breakdown. Just one of them making the right decision. There's that small window of opportunity when the ball carrier goes down. If he doesn't place the ball well, you cover that space, and then you are in the mix.
Let's go. Let's go.
Massive this for Cardiff. They can finish within 7. If they can score 4 tries, they're 1 try away from getting 2 bonus points potentially. Now the rolling ball is moving for Cardiff. Over they go. It's a colossal try for Cardiff. Scored by Daff Hughes. He secured the turnover. Now he secures the try.
And you have to be patient there. Daff Hughes was the more set, and then here come the reinforcements. You can see the backs waiting. As soon as that ball secured the back, they add a little bit of weight. It wheels to the side and off he breaks. But what he does is he dips his shoulders low, so it's hard to stop him. Almost impossible to stop. Gets off, not tackled, nice and low, underneath us. And Cardiff need this kick too. This has to go.
This kick is absolutely huge. Sheedy lines it up, slides it home. 2 log points on the board right now for Cardiff. Less than 3 minutes to play. They cannot concede right now. That they cannot do.
And they showed fight here, down to 14 men early on, and they just kept plugging away.
Let's go, Stormers.
Waited for the chance, waited for the opportunity. They found some kick space at the back with Willemse off. Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu has almost been forced to do shuttles at the back.
What a difference that makes to the log. 2 log points for Cardiff. They're up to 48. But they must consolidate that here. Or go further. Score a 7-pointer, draw the scores level.
Take him back. Take him back.
That's what they have in their hearts. Mulder hangs one high. Hamer-Webb is after this one. He's great in the air under pressure from Ben Loader. Did Loader get a touch? No, line out to the Stormers. Less than 2 minutes to play now.
Yeah, it's a good chance for the Stormers here. Chance to look for the wall, lead that clock slightly.
Stormers!
Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu, if he can get into, well, move for the penalty. But you can see what he can do with the drop kick.
There is your winner, as voted by you, the fans of the Vodacom URC. Suleiman Hartzenberg, in his 50th cap with 2 tries to his name, is your Vodacom player of the match. The Stormers rise, set the rolling maul. It moves nowhere. Paul the vet, standing at the base. We're heading for the final minute of the match.
Rolling away. That's why the ball goes on the other side. No, I didn't tap.
Penalty Stormers.
Thanks.
What's the call here? Oh, Sacha Feinberg. He's calling for the tee. He's calling for the tee. This could be devastating to Cardiff. He slides this one home.
I'm asking that. Guys, regarding the
and
time,
a long point evaporates into the ether for the side from Wales.
Or no?
The Stormers, if it ends this way, they secure their bonus point win. They've done all they can to make sure they finish in 5th position.
Okay,
as
so
for
no
Cardiff,
time to restart.
this could mean everything. Cardiff, a side that have never been to the playoffs.
Okay.
We're about to watch a South African superstar.
Now. So okay, so continue.
Snatch their souls out of their chests. Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu with sheer perfection. Cardiff, one last chance to bring themselves within 7. The kickoff had to be perfect. It wasn't. The Stormers take it in.
And it's off now.
Paul de Vet knocks it into touch. One log point to Cardiff. One big win for the Stormers. They lock in 5th position and they head into the playoffs with their hopes high. We have to see how the rest of the drama plays out this weekend to see if Cardiff can somehow, some way sneak into the top 8 with that result. It is unlikely. Massive fixtures going down right now in the Vodacom URC with those that